welcome to Fit Mama Online with me, Marie Behenna. Today we're going to talk about coccyx pain during pregnancy, or tailbone pain as you might know it. And this is a discomfort that can present to many pregnant women as their pregnancy progresses and the ligaments become more delicate and sensitive because of the relaxin hormone that is flooding your body and getting your pelvis ready to expand and make space for your baby to descend and rotate for birth. So we need that hormone so that we can prepare the pelvis, but obviously that might bring along with it some aches and pains that impact on your life and make things a little bit more difficult for you. So one of the things that we can do to help us cope with coccyx pain is to make sure that the fascial tissue around the pelvis is flexible and mobile and allowing the muscles of your pelvis to function at their optimum and to help keep your pelvis in as much of a neutral position as pregnancy will allow. So as your bump grows, your pelvis tilts anteriorly for most people, and that causes all sorts of misalignments, putting lots of pressure on the ligaments and tightening up some of the muscles. So, first of all, you will need some prickly massage balls. Now I have a wide selection in my special magic box in the studio. I'm going to use two slightly larger ones for some of the work, and then one soft, squishy ball. This is actually called a sisal prickly ball. I like this brand because they're very soft and flexible, which means that we can be slightly more delicate and tender for those of you who are really suffering with pain. Now, the first thing we're going to do is actually focus on massaging the glutes. So you will need the two slightly larger prickly balls. These ones are also not too hard. Some can be very sharp, so see what yours are like and decide which ones you're going to use. So you're going to come down onto the elbow and then roll onto your shoulders and then onto your back, because we want to keep your bump safe as we come down to the floor. I'm going to pop the balls underneath my bottom, right underneath the meaty part of the bottom, relaxing my shoulders, relaxing my head. Now because you're pregnant, we don't really want you on your back for a very long time. So maximum 5 minutes here, okay? Let's roll from side to side and start to look for some tender areas. The tender areas are the signposts. They're going to tell you where the tightnesses are that are causing you problems and may be contributing to that coccyx pain. So just start to be really seeking of those sensitive areas. Don't run away from them. So when you feel something that maybe feels a little bit like a bruise or a bit sore, then try to breathe into it and go slowly over it. Does that make sense? So don't rush it and don't hold your breath. So breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose. Nasal breathing helps to keep your stress levels in check. So if you're finding this unpleasant, breathe through the nose so that it doesn't feel worse. Okay, so we're just trying to break down tightness. We're going to move the balls up a little higher, so to the top of the bottom cheeks. You don't really want to go any higher than that at this point. Rolling from side to side and really, again, looking for the tender spots and trying to see if you can seek them out. Be brave and breathe. Remember, we're always breathing. Neck and shoulders are always relaxed. So if you feel yourself tensing up while we do this, trying to get away from the discomfort, you need to be brave, get those shoulders back and down, make your face lovely and smooth. Okay, right, so you might want to spend a little bit longer, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to do a quick fix. So lift the bottom, take the balls out, and then come down very, very slowly. Now, we're going to take our soft, squishy ball, and we're going to find the pubic bone. Now, this might seem like a strange thing to do when we're talking about the coccyx bone at the back of the pelvis, But very often when the pelvis is tilted, we get very, very tight across the front of the pubic bone, and that can have a knock-on effect. So take the pubic bone with the ball and gently massage in circular motions just at the top of the pubic bone. This is where your pelvis joins together. So if you put your thumbs at the top of that bone, that's where you want the ball to be resting, and just gently pressing there. This is quite a clever exercise to do to prepare your pelvis for childbirth anyway, because it helps to open up any tightnesses that restrict the pelvis. So focus on the breath in, and even for me, I can find a little tenderness here in the pubic joint. So breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the nose. Okay, now we're going to roll onto the side. Come up onto your elbow and take the squishy ball onto the hip bone. So just here, you might feel a little protrusion that might feel a little bit tender when you press onto it. We're going to take that squishy ball and massage in circular motions quite firmly around that joint. So just kind of feel for the tender spots. Feel for the tender spots. And breathe again. Keep focusing on that nasal breath. Always breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Then we're going to take the hand and find the top of your pelvis. Now I know if your bump is getting bigger and bigger, this might feel a little bit more awkward. But what I want you to do is to really massage over the top of that hip crest. And mine alone is quite tender, and I'm not pregnant, so if you are pregnant, you might find this even more tender because, of course, the growing baby shifts the pelvis out of its natural alignment. But these gentle massage techniques really make a difference to help ease that discomfort, and has that knock-on effect to the coccyx. Okay, now we're going to swing round to the other side. You take your time, don't rush. Okay, we're finding that bone on the other side of the hip and massaging. Now, of course, you could ask your other half to help you with this, or a friend, maybe not a neighbour, but anyone who you trust would be a good idea to ask someone to help you, because sometimes when we're doing this on our own, we can't quite get in there, especially as the bump grows bigger and bigger. It can feel very awkward, and maybe you're just feeling really tired and rubbish. So if you have someone who can help you, ask them to do this with you. It can be very comforting to have someone to help you with these releases. Okay, let's not forget, we've got to cup the top of the pelvis and massage and release. So once you've done your massaging and you've loosened up all the tightness around the pelvis and the gluteals and the pubic bone, get yourself an ice pack and spend 10 minutes with that just underneath the coccyx, and that will help us to reduce any inflammation that might still be there. The inflammation is what contributes to the pain. So the more you have swelling around the joint, the more uncomfortable it's going to feel. So once you've sat for 10 minutes with your ice pack, then you could repeat the massaging and release that we've done, and then put a heat pack underneath and see if that combination of methods helps to ease your coccyx pain during your pregnancy. You can repeat this as often as you need to during the day. Maybe you only need to do this once a week, or maybe you need to do it once or twice a day. Either way, good luck. I hope this has helped, and we'll see you again soon for more tips from Fit Mama. Bye.